In addition to the 9 existing surveillance cameras, new cameras have been installed around the school. Deerfield Assistant Principal Ken Williams explains the timing of this project.
We've been wanting to increase the number of cameras for some time, and right now the technology advances have led us to be able to do that.
Existing cameras have been mounted at entrances to the building. Newer cameras have been installed in places throughout the school where they haven't been before.
The newer cameras are installed in places like the cafeterias, R hall areas, X hall, and then some of the longer hallways, so along E hall and being able to look down Q and E hall, spots that we haven't been able to see before.
Neighboring schools with cameras already intact have received positive feedback with their systems, and it gives them a sense of security in their respective schools.
Our experience in having the cameras has been a positive one, and we haven't had negative feedback.
It's a safety issue. We want to make sure that if a situation did come up, that we could get accurate real-time information.
But are security cameras at Deerfield High School necessary? Especially in a school which ranks near the top of the state in academics and a town with low crime rate, one Deerfield student feels that additional surveillance cameras are not necessary.
I don't think the security cameras are necessary because I think our school is very mature and responsible, and we haven't had a lot of issues recently or ever. And if we were to have a problem, we would be able to fix it with supervision and not with cameras.
Even though the footage captured by each camera is accessible in real time by security staff, administrators stress that the footage stored is only seen in a situation where they have to go back to the past.
The cameras are really designed to be so that we can review a specific purpose. We're not following anyone. That would not be a proper use of the cameras.
It's passive. I might look at them, we'd be looking at them now, just to watch, but we're not intentionally studying each thing, catch it as it happens.
We do not have anyone monitoring the system. If something happens, that we refer back to the video to assist us with whatever the information is that we're trying to gather.
Again, we use it as a let's go back and take a look rather than a I'm watching you.
But are surveillance cameras an invasion of privacy?
I think that these are kind of an invasion of privacy, and even though there's no one watching you at all times, it still kind of feels like there's someone standing over you and just watching everything you do, so you have to be like extra careful of everything, even if you are already careful. It kind of gives you a little bit of like a creepy feeling.
Administrators disagree.
In a public high school, there aren't many rights to privacy.
Yeah, we're really conscientious of that. We are not wanting to violate anyone's privacy. And of course, we also have to remember that we're in a public area, a public building, a public school building. So the idea of privacy is limited for people who are in the building.
As far as privacy, not in my opinion, but in fact, as soon as you walk out your front door this morning, when you did, you no longer can expect any privacy anywhere unless you're in a washroom in a stall.
There is no specific security threat at Deerfield High School with the reasoning of installing additional surveillance cameras, but administrators often use the cameras for situations of theft.
We have theft taking place in certain areas like the cafeteria and the union areas and some hallways. Being able to go back and see what's happened allows us the opportunity to look into that.
I think that theft is a problem in certain places. I've heard of theft in the locker rooms, and I've heard of theft of things that have been left in the bathrooms. And those are two places where security cameras would never be because they can't be allowed in private places like that because that's illegal. And I think that that's not going to stop no matter where it is. And I think that people's awareness of these cameras will stop a few things, but won't stop the things that happen where there's no cameras.
I would invite them to speak to the maybe half dozen kids whose cell phones have been found that were stolen, and we were able to pick it up on video and get their $400 or $500 iPhone back, or the kid's car that got hit out in the parking lot, and things of that nature, things that have been found because of that and gotten back to their rightful owner, that might change their mind a little bit.
I understand that people are doing it because they think that it's going to lower the amount of problems in the school, but there are not many problems to begin with. I'm sure that there are small problems, but nothing big enough to make a huge change, and there's going to be problems no matter what. Even if there are cameras, every step you take, there will be problems because people won't stop because people are watching them.
All of the surveillance cameras at Deerfield High School help the security staff at one crucial job.
Our number one job when we have people in our building, students and staff and parents, is to protect them. And that's what the cameras allow us a better job at doing.
For WDHS, I'm Jake Parento.